Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of May 11, 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for your sun, moon, as well as your rising placements. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. At the end of this reading, I will do a collective general reading for everyone watching, utilizing the mystery card here at the bottom of this deck. Do keep in mind, my friends, that this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is intended for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. Also, keep in mind that this reading is different. It's unlike the What You Don't See Coming reading, which I released the other day. The tarot card of the week seems to be more of like self-improvement or messages spirit or source wants us to know, or something that we need to work on within ourselves. Don't take any offense either with any messages that come through today. Again, they'll either resonate with you or they won't. And if they completely don't, just check another placement. And if you would like a tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. You have the Ace of Wands. What passionate new beginning is coming into your life? Could be a new beginning, could be a re-beginning. Let's see where we're going with this message here. This could be in regards to your career, platonic connections, friendships, new business idea. So let's see where we're going with this message. I feel like there's a new beginning here. I just saw the Fool card. So yeah, there's a new beginning here for the Aries collective. You have the divine gift of free will. You don't have to take the new beginning, but there's something here, something passionate that has now entered or re-entered your life. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. And it's hella tempting, because that's what I just heard. Hella tempting. Okay. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands here for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of May 11th, 2025. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Your Ace of Wands is clarified by your Nine of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. Well, there's your new Page of Wands. Is the minor arcana card to the Fool card. Bottom of the deck, you have King of Swords, you have the Hierophant, and you have the Three of Pentacles. That leaves a King of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, there's something here with the Aries collective. I don't know who King/Queen of Pentacles are. They consistently show up in all of your readings. I don't know if this is your current job, your current place where you're living, a friend, a family member, a lover that you're dealing with. But there's something here about this person, because the energy of this person, and they don't have to be an earth sign, but they are like continually showing up in your reading. So Aries, your message here seems to be Nine of Pentacles. This week, you're feeling really good in your skin, and I love that for you. Nine of Pentacles is someone who feels independent. They feel autonomous in a way. So I feel like even though we don't have the Emperor card here on the table, that Nine of Pentacles alone is telling me that you're feeling really good in your skin this week, and I like that. And if you're not feeling good, the divine is telling you you should feel good. You have a lot going for you. You have come a long way in your journey thus far, and there's something here that you need to recognize. That's a side message, but definitely something you need to recognize here within yourself. Like you are the gem with whatever situation, environment, or connection this is. You're seeing things very clearly. Queen of Swords, I like this. The Empress, very much in your power, whether you're masculine or feminine. And this Page of Wands is this new beginning. I'm going to clarify it for you, but it's not going to be exact for all of you because it's a collective reading. But there's something here about you're on the brink of the new. Now, you could choose to ignore it. You don't have to do whatever this new is. Launch a business, I don't know, change jobs, change professions, reconcile with someone, whether they're a platonic connection or romantic, find new love. Like whatever it is for you is individually will be different, but the opportunity to at least explore more, because the Page of Wands is an explorer. It's the minor arcana card to the Fool card. Before I take that full leap of faith and I jump over the cliff like the Fool does in the Fool card, I need to discover more information. You can or cannot discover more information on whatever or whomever this is. I feel for most of you, you want to go in this direction because that's sort of the energy here that's being called to you. So let's see where we're going with this message. I just think you're seeing things very clearly. I also want to say that for some of you, this new beginning is as a result of a conversation you've had with someone else. They don't have to be an air sign. Any zodiac sign is capable of communicating. But the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords would be, I'm actively conversing with this individual about this new beginning that I am learning about, or I need to learn about. It's sort of like before I move forward on it. So tell me more about this Page of Wands here for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Why is the Page of Wands here? And the only reason why I say I think you're doing this, I just think you're going to take small steps, which I like. You're kind of in control of your Mars energy there, because the Three of Pentacles tells me you will invest in this, again, idea or opportunity, coming together with this person, like however this resonates for you. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're ready to go to work on whatever this is. You and this individual, whoever they are, seem to have shared values in the Hierophant energy. Now, for some of you, it's a spouse, or you have a long-term commitment with this person, or you want that with them. So take it how it resonates to you. Again, if this is a business endeavor, this is you and this person having this discussion and realizing, hey, we are really on the same page when we're talking about long-term goals for the business we want to launch or the business we want to expand. Tell me more about this Page of Wands here. I feel like the opportunity is here. You don't have to inquire more, or you can. The choice is yours. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. The Page of Wands is clarified by the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Swords. This consistently comes up in your reading. There's something here about, in order for you to move towards the new, I swear it's a reoccurring message for Aries, so if it's not yours, I apologize. There's something here that in order for you to, and your intuition is calling you towards the new. This is why it consistently comes up in a collective reading. Doesn't mean all of you have the new, but the majority of you do. That's what collective is. Majority for your sign or your sign placement. So the new is here. What that new is different for all of you. I'm not even going to begin to clarify it. It's a collective reading. What the one thing that you all have in common, in order for you to move towards the new, you have to walk away from something from the past. Leave the job for the new job. Leave the current living situation for a new living situation. Leave the lover for the new lover. Leave a lover to become single. Leave singlehood to become, partnered with someone. There's someone here that you have to reject, or something here that you have to reject. Four of Cups to the Three of Swords. And that's why you're delaying or stalling on this new beginning. The new beginning consistently shows up for you. Tell me more about this. Wow, World card. Did you see that? Came out of the deck. So the message here is on point for the Aries collective. Something of the old has to close out, and you have to be the one to close it out. I think that's your hesitation. You don't want to make the job feel bad. You don't want to make the friend feel bad, the family member, maybe the lover. I don't know, Hierophant. This could be maybe you're contemplating divorce. For some of you in a... I do divorce readings for people. I've done several just in the past 2 months, actually. And most often a King or Queen of Swords will come up as an attorney or a mediator in court or something like that. So maybe for some of you, you're already inquiring with that type of individual where you're obtaining knowledge about, again, I'm not saying every Aries is going to divorce. Please, cross-watcher, don't take it that way. But for someone here, and I'm only saying that because the Hierophant card is here and that's marriage. But it could be a place of work as well, because in a career and finance read, the Hierophant is a corporation or an established entity that an individual works for. So for some of you, that Hierophant just represents something or someone you are contractually obligated to. And yes, you could be talking to someone about how to get out of that contract, whether that's an accountant, a tax attorney, a lawyer, take it how it resonates to you. That's for a few of you. Again, the one thing you all have in common is this has to close out in order for you to move towards the new. And there is some reluctancy for you to do that on your part. Not because the new isn't appealing. It is. It's lighting your soul on fire. And it's calling to you to come towards it. But the fact remains here is that you have to close something else out. And for some of you, some type of contractual obligation, whether that's financial or marital, in order for you to move towards the new. I do think you're going to move towards the new because I see you giving to it. So at the very least, you're entertaining it. Tell me more about this Three of Pentacles for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and then we'll close out your reading. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. I think you're moving towards the new. I think it's disappointing. There's some regret here with having to leave the past behind. The past life, the past job, the past love, the whatever this is for you. It could be industries. I don't know. Be speaking to an Aries, you were an accountant for 20 years. And now you're going to shift jobs and I don't know. You're, going to become a sous chef or you want to open up your own bed and breakfast. Take it how it resonates to you. But there is a parting of the ways here. You're working on it ever so slowly. I feel like the overall feeling here for the Aries collective is I want a new beginning, but I don't want it today. But I will work towards making it happen. And again, I think the only reluctancy here with moving forward completely this week, at least, is because you got to break a heart here. And I hate to say it this way for the cross watcher, but it's like you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet. I see you going for the omelet. You're just not ready to break any eggs yet, but you're learning how to do it. And that's why I said for some of you, you're having a discussion with someone else. And I don't know, it could be your best friend that you're just talking to, but there definitely here is a conversation about exiting the old and moving towards the new. It's very controlled energy because your ruling planet is Mars, which is God of war, action. I got to do it yesterday type of thing. But you're being very grounded, lots of pentacle energy here. And I also think that you're being very empathic towards whomever or whatever you're leaving. Like you're not doing it abruptly. I think you're going to try to do this as smoothly as possible. Bottom of the deck, 2 of swords. Yeah, might be a little undecided, and maybe that's why you're having a conversation this week with an individual about it. But I do ever so slowly see you moving towards the new. At the very least, you're inquiring on how to breach this contract, if you will, or leave whomever, whatever this is behind to move towards the new. You're definitely in a mode of inquiry this week. So that's what I have for you, Aries. There's a new beginning here. It's beckoning for you. It's knocking at your door. You're not opening the door yet, but you're figuring out how to do that. I didn't get timing for you on it. It's just a 1 week read, but I'm being told to give timing. I don't know why. Let me get timing for you on this. Timing for Aries for when they're moving towards the new. I definitely think you're inquiring this week on how to move towards the new. And most likely talking to someone about it. Tell me about this Ace of Wands in terms of timing. We have 7 of Swords. You're doing this very, very strategically. Again, this is not a hasty decision. Let's get timing here for Aries when they move towards the new. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. In terms of timing, we have Queen of Pentacles, not really a timing card for me. 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. For me, Wands are days. I don't know if you're going to move that quickly in 10 days. But again, that King, Queen of Pentacles is showing up again in your reading. So I don't know if that represents the structure, the corporation, the boss, the friend, the family member, the lover, etc. But there is something here about you in terms of timing. It looks like 10 days because 3 of Pentacles would be 3 years. And I don't think you're looking at 3 years, to be quite honest, with whatever this is. So within the next 10 days, I think you're acquiring information on how to exit whomever or whatever this is. And then I see you pouring more pentacle energy into the new. That's what I have for you, Aries, for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11, 2025. And of course, Bull Gang, if you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Tarot card for the week is the Page of Wands. What signs are preparing you to move into a new direction? Okay, Taurus and Aries obviously running parallel, very similar message. So if you are born on the cusp of Aries season, meaning within a few days of Aries season ending and Taurus season beginning, you may want to take a look at that reading. Or if you have high Aries placements, you might want to take a look at that reading. But tell me more here about the Page of Wands. And I only say that because Aries is on the brink of a new beginning as well. Tell me more about this here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about the Page of Wands? Bottom of the deck, my darling, we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, so I think you're feeling good. I think what's behind the 6 of Wands? The 4 of Cups. After this period of not feeling so good, feeling like maybe an emotional lack for some of you, there's a reboot here for the Taurian collective. I think you're on to the new here. Now, Page of Wands is not the Fool card. It's a minor arcana card to the Fool card. So I just think right now you're discovering ways on how to move forward. Yeah, what signs are preparing you to move in a new direction? Tell me more about this here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Page of Wands is a card of inquiry. This is being clarified by 5 of Cups, the Star, the 6 of Cups, and the Chariot. Wow. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Look where you are headed. The Sun and the 3 of Wands. I love this for you. It's coming at the expense of a Tower. Tower to the Queen of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. Taurus, I get the feeling here that you're leaving someone or something behind. I don't know if this entity or individual knows this yet. You're already grieving the loss of this on your way out. The job, the industry, the living environment, the friend, family member, the lover you're disconnecting from. You are healing the loss with this long-term connection, the Six of Cups connection, as you're preparing to depart from it. I feel like the reason why you're departing from it is because you're not emotionally content in whatever this is. You're looking for 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. You're looking for happiness. You're looking to expand your life. You're looking to move your life in a new direction. So are you excited for the new? You are, but I almost see you here. There's a little hesitation this week, so I don't think you're closing off whatever this is, because again, there's remorse and regret, but you're simultaneously grieving as you're exiting. And this tower is a tower you're creating. I think this came out in your reading about a week or two ago as well. So it's not a repetitive message. I swear to you, this is your reading for May 12th, 2025. I'm wearing different clothes, so it's not the reading that I did a week or two from you, but it's just a similar message because everyone's on a different timeline. So everyone's working, towards this new beginning at their own pace. Tell me about the Five of Cups here. You're definitely healing and grieving while you're moving on from it, which I can definitely personally understand. I did that as well 5 years ago. Tell me more about this here. This Five of Cups here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Cups clarified by the World. Told you. Ace of Swords is the Truth, and then the Emperor. You're taking the reins here, whether you're masculine or feminine, in your Emperor energy to leave behind this partnership. Yep. Two of Cups to the Five of Pentacles to the Death card. I think I had said in your reading that on or around that full moon in Scorpio, which is tonight, by the way, May 12th, you would come to the conclusion within yourself. It's a quiet promise to yourself. I am exiting this blank. I am prepared to exit this blank. That's what you're doing this week. And that's why you're already grieving the process. For some of you, you're planning to exit this as soon as Cancerian season, which is like 5 or 6 weeks away. You're already gearing up to move towards the new. So I don't know what this is for you, changing jobs, industries, where you live, communities. Some of you are completely uprooting because world and chariot could actually mean travel. So some of you are looking to travel. I think you're up in your head about it right now, or you have been, but on or around this, in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, which will be with us for about the next 7 days. So even if you don't have the aha epiphany moment on May 12th, I almost feel like by the time you get to May 19th, May 20th, you know exactly what direction you're going in. You're moving towards happiness. You're closing this out gracefully. Of course you are. There's been great reluctancy to close this out, but you are now in the process, or at least you should be, now in the process of discovering ways on how to exit whatever this is. So if it's a job, start preparing. And I'm not telling you what to do. This is the energy of what I feel the Taurian Collective is doing, starting to gather together your resume, updating it, getting updated, reference contacts, all of that stuff, and then beginning to look out and see what industries or companies you want to apply to, or you want to just exist in, because some of you are a big life change. You're changing industries completely. So there's something like that here. For others of you, you're relocating, and this is the time where you're starting to discover, where do I want to live? What do I want my next chapter to look like? Do I want to be in a house, in a condo, an apartment, beachside, in the country? That type of feeling. Do I want to change countries altogether? Some of you world card, you're literally, moving to the other end of the world type of thing. For others of you, you're deciding to leave a partnership, this Six of Cups. Family member, friend, lover, take it how it resonates to you. But there's a parting here with some sorrow. But I think once you get here, look at all the cards. They're all bright and happy and shiny. And that's why I think you're grieving this on the way out. And I've done that in jobs where I knew I had to change a job. I loved what I did. I didn't like who I did it for. And I grieved that loss. I knew I was going to miss all my colleagues and coworkers. And I knew as I was preparing the resumes and putting them out there that it was just a matter of time till I would no longer interact with those people again or work on projects with them again. So it could be something like that where you're changing jobs. You love who you work with. Maybe you don't like what you do. You like what you do. You don't like who you work with. There's definitely some parting here with some sorrow, but you're grieving it on the way out as you're closing the door. And same thing if this was with a friend, family member, or lover. So the Taurian Collective this week seems to be inquiring on the best way to move forward. And what you're moving towards is beautiful. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, all rolled into that sun. That's Leo energy there. So I think between Cancer and Leo season, you are moving forward and you are firmly turning your back to the past. And for most of you, it's a partnership. I just put business and partnership together. It's a partnership, whether that's, business, meaning professional, or platonic or romantic. That's what I have for you, Taurus, for the week of May 11th, 2025. Grieving while you are acquiring information on how to leave this or whatever this is, whomever this is in your past. That's what I have for you for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like this message, it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my dear, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. Let's see what is our tarot card for the week of May 11th, 2025. We have the Knight of Cups. Are you prepared to receive or give a love offer? Gemini Collective is opening up their heart again, or opening it wider. Receiving an apology, giving an apology. There's an exchange here of love. And it could be with a friend, a family member, maybe a neighbor, colleague, lover. Take it how it resonates to you. But there's an exchange here. I like this. Like this a lot for you guys. Tell me more about this here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for May 11th, 2025. Bottom of the deck, Justice. You are bringing yourself into balance. Now, for some of you, you're bringing yourself into balance with another person, regardless of who they are in your life. For others of you, you're beginning to open up your heart to love in general, to the connections you have in your life, and maybe even being open out to new connections. But you're doing it in a very balanced way. Look at that, 9 of Cups. Yeah, Gemini Collective. And I think I said that in your what you don't see coming for the week was you're clearing out some karma. And for some of you, that was like now opening up your heart chakra, wanting to love again, wanting to trust again, wanting to rebuild connections in your life again, because you had healed some trauma from your past, or I think, and there were a few people in the comments who were like, that's me. I'm clearing generational karma. Like I could feel it. So for some of you, it's like that. But the release of that in this full moon in Scorpio, which is tonight, for some of you, it's going to now allow you moving forward to open up your heart. I like this energy for the Gemini Collective. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of May 11th, 2025. One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay. Knight of Cups wants to be clarified by Ace of Swords, and that, my friend, is the truth. The Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords. That's a hell of a lot of sword energy for Gemini Collective. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 swords here. You are strategically moving Queen of Swords, another sword, 9 of Swords, and Temperance. Okay. I think this is something you have thought about for a long time. There's way too many swords here. I think you've thought about it a long time. You've healed. Again, we go back to the Gemini Collective is seeing something clearly now. You're ready to move forward towards healing. I'm going to clarify this Two of Swords here. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Same with that 9 of Swords, because it's further clarified here by Archangel Michael and the Temperance energy. So I almost feel like you're being guided or aided here, helped in some way with Archangel Michael to kind of wipe away fears, doubts, insecurities, and even heal past traumas within you. And bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Beautiful energy there for you. So different for all of you, but let's see if we can pinpoint it a bit. Tell me this Ace of Swords, this moment of clarity, this aha. I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Tell me more for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 9 of Wands, the King of Cups, and Judgment. You've healed a pattern, a habit, a thought process. I like a negative thought process. For some of you, you are healing the way you speak, like maybe when you're angry or you're upset, because the 9 of Wands is a card of perseverance, but it's a person who's tired. So for some of you, you're healing like the way you communicate when you're exhausted or you're frustrated or you're running low on patience even. For others of you, you're healing conflict resolution skills. Again, when you have an argument with a person, you are changing or healing the way that you would normally say, I'm in pain. So take it how it resonates to you. There's a wound within the Gemini Collective. What that is different for all of you. For most of you, it was something that kind of played on repeat in your life. I'm not coming down hard on you. I'm a card-carrying Gemini. I'm sort of resonating with this message. But the healing of that wound or that pattern or that habit or that communication style, whatever that is for you, is allowing you to open up your heart. You're going from Knight of Cups to the King of Cups. So I really, really love this energy. Very healing energy here for the Gemini collective. But then we have the Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here for Gemini? I almost get the feeling, before I even pull any cards here, the feeling I'm getting is you're not going to realize this wound that you had to heal, how much it held you back from being able to move forward in your life. Like it was blocked, and the Two of Swords you can't see. I don't think some of you, and myself included, have seen how that wound, that unhealed wound, was really blocking us from abundance or love or whatever it is. It's different for all of you. You may have suspected it, and that's why you're learning to, you know, recognize it and heal it. But until you get here, you're not going to realize how negatively it impacted your life. Tell me more about this Two of Swords here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. What were you not seeing? Lovers, the Sun, and the Four of Wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Hierophant. Valuable, valuable spiritual lesson here between Judgment, Temperance, and the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. There's your new beginning, Gemini. You were blocking yourself from love. You are blocking yourself from happiness. The Sun for me is 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles all rolled into one. So for some of you, if you were having money issues, a money block, again, there could be something here in terms of like low self-esteem, feeling in lack, feeling not good enough. There was, again, a wound here within the Gemini collective. And for some of you, it's something rooted in childhood. For others of you, it's just something, and I say that because the Four of Wands is very like family-like in the deck that I use for you. There's a couple, there's a child there, there's rabbits. So there's something here about like from your innocence, the type of feeling. So maybe for some of you, that's where it was rooted. For others of you, it could be generational trauma that you didn't even realize was affecting you. So take it how it resonates to you. That was a block to your emotional as well as your financial abundance. And you're not going to realize that until you get here, because this is coming in quicker than you realize. This is coming in. And I think it'll be a bit shocking for you how fast it comes in. So whatever it is here, and that's why your card is, are you prepared to receive or give a love offer? Yeah, I think the Gemini collective's heart in general towards all types of connections in their life and even self-love are about to expand, going from the Knight to the King, because you've really taken the time, some of you by choice, others of you by divine force, to really address this wound once and for all. And when you get to this beautiful connections, new ones, past ones coming back around and healing, financial abundance, total contentment in your Four of Wands, the four walls where you feel most secure, I think you're going to look back and go, wow, I didn't realize that that was such a block. I think that's the feeling I'm getting here. When you get here, you might get a little lost in your head. Nine of Swords. It is a Gemini card here. So there is something here about, wow, why did I wait so long to heal that? I could have had all of this in my life 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. There's something here about like, don't beat yourself up for it. This all happened in divine timing. You had to heal this wound now in order to move forward towards this now. So when this comes in, don't sit there going, why didn't I do this a year ago or 5 years ago or whatever? And I think that's why the Queen of Swords is there. She's wielding the Ace of Swords, the sword of truth. And I think she's cutting away these negative thoughts that you're having. Tell me about that Nine of Swords here in the future. That's the vibe I get, is when you get here, this is like, oh my God, I should have did this sooner. And I think that's why Archangel Michael here is like, just rebalance, recalibrate yourself, Gemini. It all happened in divine timing. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. Slow. This was a slow as molasses process for you to heal this. For some of you, since childhood, whether you realize it or not, your soul, you have been healing this in different aspects of your life, your whole life. And some of you are just like now coming up for air, right? It's like kind of being underwater a little longer than you needed to be. And now you come up for air type of thing. So better days are on the horizon for Gemini. I always say 10 of Swords is not a bad card. For us anyway. It is the Sun placement in Gemini. So 9 of Swords plus the sword in the Queen, 10 of Swords. Whatever this emotional block is, I'm not telling you from here on out life is going to be rainbows and unicorns and fairy dust, but I'm telling you that this wound will not affect you moving forward. And if you haven't addressed this wound in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, which will be with us for the next week. This is the moment you want to release that wound once and for all. Will there be other wounds and other things that you have to work on? I have to work on? Of course, that's what life is all about. But that one particular wound will never block your happiness again. Big movement here in the Gemini collective, just in time for Gemini season, which is about a week away. So that's what I have for you, my dear, for the week of May 11th, 2025. Continue to heal this wound. You're close to ending it, I want to say, like putting it to bed, healing it once and for all. And what's waiting for you is absolutely beautiful. And for those of you who haven't done the work, this is your reminder that in order for you to open up that heart chakra and give and receive love in a more balanced way, in a more healed way, this is the week that you may want to address that wound. It's a hard thing to do. It's a little dark night of the soul. Trust me, I've been going through it. But it's very rewarding when you come out the other side. That's what I have for you, Gemini, for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you liked any of those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. We have the Ace of Swords. Look at all of this clarity coming into the collective. I absolutely love this. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords here for Cancer. Now, remember this reading, the tarot card of the week is more like little self-help guidance here. So let's see. The Ace of Swords. Are you prepared to receive the truth regarding an important matter? So maybe the truth has been eluding you regarding a particular situation, environment, or connection. Someone is either speaking the truth to you this week. This card is preparing you for it. Or Ace of Swords could be aha, epiphany moment of clarity that you're having. Either way, you need to be prepared to receive the truth, whether you're getting it as a download in a dream, someone is saying it to you, or you're just coming to that realization yourself. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. For some of you, it's in regard to your finances or long-term commitment or your own financial security. Tell me more. It could be about your job as well. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Why is the Ace of Swords their tarot card for the week of May 11th, 2025? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ace of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups, Queen of Swords, Six of Cups. I'll throw this out there for one Cancerian watching. If you had a break with an individual, whether it's a friend, family member, or lover, some of you could be receiving some kind of an apology this week from this person, or some type of attempt or offer to reconcile the connection. This person, you know, where it says, are you prepared to receive the truth regarding an important matter? Someone might actually come forward this week and tell you why they've been treating you or why they treated you the way they did in the past. And I feel like some of you have been waiting for this, because the Nine of Wands in this deck, this person's just sitting. Like in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, the person's standing and they're on guard. We call it in tarot the Wounded Warrior card. But in your deck, you're sitting. So for some of you, you've been sitting and pondering, why does this person talk to me this way or talked to me this way in the past? Why did they do that? Why did they treat me? Why did they make that, why did they make that decision? Why did they disconnect from me? A lot of you have had a partnership in your life, professional, platonic, or romantic, where someone treated you poorly or did something in repetition or hurt you in some way. I feel like your victory this week is when this person comes forward, for most of you, to either apologize or to explain why they treated you that way. Knight of Cups is the messenger. What is the message that this knight is dispatching, bringing to Cancer? What is the message here? Message, information, apology, offer, opportunity. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. What is this for you, my dear? Five of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and Justice. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Most of you are receiving an apology from this person and clarification for why they said something to you that was cutting or why they did something behind your back that was hurtful. For some of you, this is a family member, someone you had a long-term connection with, or someone you work with. And I say that because the Ten of Pentacles could be any one of those things, right? Higher level commitment, you're sharing resources with them, a job that's paying you, or someone you work with at the Ten of Pentacles at the job. And yeah, for some of you, could be a family member as well, because in the Ten of Pentacles card for you, that actually depicts a family here, 3 generations in the background. So who this person is will be different for all of you. But this person is looking to balance the scales and the justice card between you and them by coming forward and explaining why they were such a jerk to you this entire time. It looks like they are extending an apology to you. So yeah, it could be a little shocking for you. Are you prepared to receive the truth regarding an important matter? I feel like you're feeling very victorious here this week. It's almost like you could drop the wands. Interesting how in the deck I used for you, the 9 wands, the individual is holding the Ace of Wands. Behind them are 8 wands. And tarot, 8 wands could be communication. So you've been waiting for communication. Like, why the F does this person do this or did this to me, right? In the 10 of Wands card, I'm leaving behind the 9 wands. And I'm taking just the Ace of Wands. So the waiting is over. The waiting to hear the reason, the excuse, receive the apology. Now, you can accept the apology and not the person back in your life. So take it how you want. Do with it what you want. Don't give up your divine gift of free will, to me or any tarot reader, for God's sakes. But there is an apology or explanation coming in. I feel like it's going to allow you to release the burdens. What you do after that is entirely up to you. Some of you are going to reconnect with this person, be friends with them again, or reconcile if this is a love ship or a friend or anything like that. For others of you, you're good just getting the apology and you're going to move on without this person. Again, what you do next will be different for all of you. Tell me about the 6 of Wands here. Either way, your victory is, because again, in the 6 of Wands, holding the Ace, holding a new beginning, holding a new beginning, holding a new beginning. So for you, it's a new beginning here. And I think it's finally because you know the truth now. Tell me more about this 6 of Wands. Wow. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. You can move forward now. This is going to be tangible proof. This person, Tower, you don't see this coming. And the Hermit. Some of you are going to have to do a little soul searching here to figure out if you can forgive this person. What does forgiveness look like with this person? Does forgiveness mean, okay, we're friends again? Or does it mean, thank you, I really needed that explanation because I was wondering why you did that to me. But now we're going our own separate ways. So it comes in out of the blue. Not so much now if you watch this reading, right? But it will, for all of you, trigger this moment of Hermit energy. I have to go within and do some introspection to figure out what I'm going to do next. Queen of Swords then would be your energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. How am I going to respond to this partnership, business, platonic, romantic? Because I do think you have some... or at least at some point you had some affection or respect or love in that 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups energy from this person. But 2 cups plus 6 cups is 8 cups. So at some point they emotionally devastated you or created some type of emotional loss or an imbalance in the harmony of the connection. So I think you're going to take a minute here to pause before you respond back to this person. What I like about the Queen of Swords in terms of your response, it's not emotional. It's very factual. So I don't think that you are being rude to this person. I also don't think that you're going to easily forgive them. I think you're speaking your piece. And again, some of you will decide to keep this person in your life, or if it's a coworker or an employee or even employer, whatever, maybe this is just enough to keep you at the job a little bit longer. But that Queen of Swords is, I just think you're being very factual. Again, do what you want. But the energy here for most of you is, well, I'm going to tell this person, like, thank you. Like, I really needed to hear that. But I also see you coming back like, but I want them to know how it affected me. And that is okay to do that, whether you take them back or not. If you go into that Hermit energy and your introspection says, whether I'm taking them back or not, I want them to know, yes, I'm accepting your apology, but I really want you to know what this did to me. Like, if your inner calling is telling you to do that, then do that. Like, regardless of me or whatever tarot reader you watch tells you like to do or not to do, just follow that. As long as you're going into Hermit mode and doing the introspection, just follow your intuition. You're a highly intuitive sign, and you'll be just fine. But that's what I have for you for the week of May 11, 2025. Are you prepared to receive the truth regarding an important matter? What you decide to do with it will be entirely up to you. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck with the situation, as well as light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11, 2025. You have the Hangman. What situation in your life do you need to look at from a different perspective? Tell me more about the Hangman here for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I think your angel number for the week was 555, which was about change. And I think somewhere in that message was like, if you can see it from a different perspective, you'll realize that the change was for your benefit. It's hard to realize that when you're going through it. I think I said that to you. So yeah, there's definitely something here in Leo Collective. You need to look at this from a different perspective, almost like whatever this is, it's a blessing in disguise. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups regarding a partnership, whether that's professional, platonic, or romantic. Tell me more about the Hangman here. Why is this Leo's tarot card for the week of May 11th, 2025, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Let's get one more shuffle now. Thank you. Hangman is being clarified by High Priestess, tapping into your intuition to see things differently. I like this. Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and Strength. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords, Four of Wands, and Temperance. Well, I love where you're headed. You're headed out of chaos, conflict, confusion, arguments. You're moving towards stability, structure, happiness, and more balanced Leo Collective. I don't know what the Five of Swords was for you, and I say five because what precedes the Six of Swords is the Five of Swords. And if you've seen my readings before, I always say Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, 10 of Swords, sliding scale. It affects all of us differently. Could be low grade, could be high grade. How we react, respond, feel to that Five of Swords is different for all of us, depending on our life and what we're used to, what our patience is, what our tolerance is, how quickly we heal from it. So it's different for all of you what the Five of Swords was. What I love is that collectively, all together, you're moving towards structure, stability, happiness, harmony, and balance. I want to know what this High Priestess energy here is for you, because there's something here this week that if you go within and you see it from a different perspective and you look at it utilizing your intuition as opposed to your head or your heart, that's what enables you to move on from it and move towards something better or happier days or something like that. Three of Swords. So something that broke your heart in the Hangman energy. What broke your heart, it's almost like if you see it from a different perspective, it'll actually change your vision. Broke your heart but fixed your vision type of thing. Tell me about the High Priestess here for Leo. Tell me about the High Priestess energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Clarified by Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're going to see very clearly Five of Cups and the Emperor, why that didn't work out. Bottom of deck, Ten of Pentacles. With that person, place, thing, situation, again, different for all of you. But the Queen of Swords sees things clearly. You're going to see the loss, why it had to end. I don't know who that Emperor is. Could be a father figure, a masculine, could be a feminine. I don't read body parts, so it could be an Empress for some of you. Someone you looked up to, someone you thought would be your rock, someone that you depended on, could have really let you down here. There's something here, if you could see it in a different perspective, you're going to realize it was a blessing in disguise. Whomever, whatever that individual or entity was, could never have given you this, because what they were giving you was Five of Swords. So again, if you see that from a different perspective and go, the reality is, I wanted all of this balanced structure, stability with this entity or energy, because I don't know if it's a person, place, or thing for you. But they never gave me that. Like, if you can change your perspective, it's like, wow, I wanted it to be this, but the reality is it was this. So what, I didn't lose this. And I think that's what happens when we go through loss and grief. And I know I went through that when I ended my marriage, even though I'm the one that asked for the divorce. There's still a loss here, right? You don't say I do, thinking one day you say I won't. So there was still, you know, a feeling there of loss, of regret, remorse, right? Five of Cup energy. But for the longest time, I stayed in it because I thought it offered me structure and stability. It was only when I was out of it that I was able to look back at those years and go, that wasn't structured or stable at all. It was replete with emotional loss, emotional abandonment, emotional discontent. It was never the Four of Wands. If it was very, very early on in the marriage. It certainly wasn't that for probably the last decade, if I was, you know, honest with myself. But I didn't see it when I was in it, and I didn't see it when I was transitioning out of it. Now, 5 years later, I look back and go, reality was it didn't even look good on paper, to be quite honest. So there's something like that here, changing in your life. Maybe you lost your job or you're having a hard time finding a new job. When you get here, and I know it sucks that you got to get here to figure it out, but it's almost like when you get here, you're going to be able to look back and see why this didn't work out. For some of you, this didn't work out in the past. You're already well on your way to this. the Six of Swords, Four of Wands, and Temperance. But in that respect, then, look back at what ended for you and see it from a new perspective and realize that where you're at today is a lot better than where you would have been had you stayed at that job, that living situation, or in that connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. King of Pentacles to the Strength. The Strength is, it's a quiet strength in tarot, right? The lion isn't roaring loudly. The individual is in control of the lion here in the card, but it takes a lot of strength to be able to open a lion's mouth, which we see in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck of the card. So it is a quiet strength here, right? She's not bullying the lion. She's not beating the lion up, right, to get it to conform to her will. So there's something here, King of Pentacles and strength. I think this change is going to change you. I think you're going to realize that you are much stronger than you ever were because you went through this, because you experienced this loss. And maybe for some of you, you had to endure this change or will be enduring this change in the near future because you needed this. You needed real structure, King of Pentacles. You needed real stability. And you needed to work on your courage. Some of you stayed in something when at the time you thought this was everything I ever want. But now coming out of it, you're going to look back and go, that was nothing close to what I wanted. What you're mourning or grieving, or what you have been mourning or grieving, was the prospect of what it could be, not what it was. And when you change that perspective and you see it for what it was, you're going to grieve it a hell of a lot less. Probably not at all. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles and strength. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles and strength. We're going to do combo. Here, one more shuffle. Thank you. Yep, Ace of Wands. That is the truth. Eight of Swords and Seven of Wands. Moon at the bottom of the deck. When you look back, you're going to realize it was, I hate to say this, all in your head. That was everything you ever wanted it to be. And that's what happens when we lose things in life, right? We don't actually grieve the loss if we were quite honest with ourselves. We grieve the what could have been, the what should have been, what we wanted it to be. But when we change our perspective, hangman energy, we realize it was none of those things. We're not really grieving what it was, because if it was so spectacular, it wouldn't have ended. The relationship wouldn't have ended. The job wouldn't have fired you, or you wouldn't have quit abruptly, or whatever this has been for you. So there's something here about looking back and realizing it wasn't that great to begin with. For others of you, if you lost a loved one, okay, there's something here about seeing it from a different perspective. And that's hard to do when you're going through grief because you had a friend or colleague or, family member or lover pass on. That's hard in the midst of grief to look at it. But if you can look at it as, okay, I lost mom. That's just an example. And I'm not wishing that on anyone. It's an example. I lost mom. It's terrible that I lost mom. But if you can see it as, well, I was really lucky to have mom because I learned ABC. I learned how to cook this meal. I learned how to do this thing. Whatever she introduced you to, or whatever qualities you now possess that she implanted in you, or that you kind of picked up from her along the way. There's something like that. Again, don't look at it as a loss of mom. Look at it as a gain of mom. And again, it's difficult to do when you're going through sorrow. But if you can see it from a different perspective, it doesn't hurt as much. And I think that's your message here. You're moving on to better days. You're moving on to better stability, stronger stability, real stability. You're moving towards a period in your life now where you're ushering in a new period of balance. You're going to be bolder and more courageous because of this loss. You might not see it now, but I'm telling you, it's coming to you. And for some of you, where that's not someone who passed away, but it's something that you lost, person, place, thing, like a breakup, for example, I think you're going to realize here that it was only that good in your head. The reality was that on paper, it was crap. And as you move more towards structure and stability and happiness, you're going to realize why that had to end. I'm sorry for that message. That's what came through today. And again, yeah, energy of the moon is here. We have a full moon tonight in Scorpio. So this would be a good time because the energy is going to be with us for about 7 days. This is a good time for you to see it from this new perspective. And then full moons are for releasing. So you can release this pain or hurt that you've encountered because of this loss, you can release this now in the energy of the full moon. Kind of give it to God, give it to source type of thing, so you can get back to living, because you have a beautiful future that's waiting for you. The only thing that some of you, the only reason why you've been reluctant to move towards this is because you're still grieving the loss of this. So again, see it from another perspective and then move forward, my friend. You definitely have better days ahead of you. That's what I have for you, Leo, for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. You have the Ace of Cups. Are you prepared to have a new beginning in love? Ooh, la la, Virgo. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Virgo need to know about the Ace of Cups for the week of May 11th, 2025? Bottom of the deck, my darling, the Sun. Here comes the Sun. Tell me more about this here for Virgo. This could be in your professional life, platonic connections, romantic. Take it how it resonates to you. There's an Ace of Cups here on the table, Virgo. Tell me more about this for Virgo. One more shuffle. Thank you. Could be a business endeavor, project you're working on. Four of Wands, Knight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is spinning in your favor. I love this Jupiterian energy here for you. You can take, and you don't have to, but again, the tarot card of the week is more or less telling you what you can work on or what source is trying to get your attention to focus on. And right now, the attention seems to be for the Virgo collective. There's a new beginning here. Ace of Cups, something you love or someone you love. An idea, an endeavor, a plan, a business project, a relationship of any caliber, right? Professional, platonic, romantic. You can take the inspired action now to move towards it. It's waiting for you. King of Cups, look at that. King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. The only thing that can sabotage this new beginning is you. The Seven of Swords is clarifying the King of Pentacles, and that's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. So, and the King of Cups is who's holding the Ace of Cups. Some of you already know this person. For others of you, you're single, and this is someone who's sort of waiting out there for you. They're on your divine path. Claim it how you want. It's a collective reading. For some of you, it's a known lover. For others of you, it's an unknown lover. Some of you could be a business partner. Absolutely. King of Cups could be someone who's investing in a business endeavor that they really love. So again, claim it how you want. But the only thing that can sabotage that partnership is you. Four Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Hermit. There you are, my darling. So there's something here about you healing your worth. Healing your worth. Where did that come from? There's something here about you healing your self-worth is what opens up your connection with this person. Let me see if I can get more on that. It's a very unique message here for you, Virgo. Tell me more about the Knight of Wands here. This is you taking the inspired action to move towards stability, structure, happiness, security, and you can work on it. Eight of Pentacles. You definitely have it in your wheelhouse. You have the ability to do this. Like Eight of Wands. You could do this very quickly. Tell me about the Knight of Wands here for Virgo. What is this Knight of Wands here for Virgo? This is coming in fast. One more shuffle. Thank you. Again, you don't have to take it if you don't want. Seven of Cups. The Fool, I told you, it's coming in fast. Strength. I love the Strength card in your deck because she's trying to be strong and she's trying to be courageous. I say she, there's a woman on the card. It could be a masculine. Don't be offended. But look what's riding up behind her. Something she doesn't see coming. There's a new beginning here you don't see coming. Claim that person how you want right now. Make your wish, my love. Past person, current person, new person, professional, platonic, romantic. There's something here of a new beginning with this individual. The only person, bottom of the deck is Emperor, Ten of Swords, and the Sun. The only person that can sabotage this happiness is you. All right, Wheel of Fortune. Where are we going? Beautiful Jupiterian energy here for you. I love this. Jupiter is currently in Gemini. It'll be moving to Cancer season mid-June, thereabouts. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune here. I just saw the Queen of Cups, which is the match to the King of Cups. So if it's a love reading, you have a current connection that's about to strengthen, or you have a new partner coming in. Behind that Queen of Swords. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune here. What is this Wheel of Fortune here? One more shuffle, please, Anne. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by Judgment. Ace of Cups to the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. This is solid. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. This person wants to work with you. Business endeavor, again, take it how it resonates. I hate to repeat myself. This person wants to work with you on blank. Whatever that blank is for you, claim it. Whoever that person is to you, whatever you want them to be, claim it. But I want to tap into why you can possibly sabotage it. Because the tarot card of the week reading that I do for all of us is intended for us to look at something within ourselves that maybe we have to like autocorrect or work on or heal, so we're not sabotaging opportunities or something like that, or sabotaging something good that's existing in our life. So Seven of Swords to the King of Pentacles. Why could Virgo potentially sabotage this? Because you have a new beginning coming. Why could they sabotage this? Now, in the Seven of Swords, the individual is holding 5 swords. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles shows itself again. You might be reluctant to work with this person. You could be verbally harsh towards this person. You are ruled by Mercury. Especially if it's a past person. You might be reluctant to trust them. You could be holding, if this is a new person, sins of the past against this new person, like what other people did to you in the past that you haven't healed from. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords here to the King of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. What's the self-sabotaging behavior? The Chariot, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. That's exactly what it is. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is a little preparation warning for you. Preparation? Yeah, this is like a warning here. You can prepare for this. There's something here that if you repeat the same pattern, you're going to sabotage whatever this is. So claim what that Ace of Cups is right now. Claim who this person is. And they don't have to be a masculine. They could be a feminine. But even if that comes in, your manifestation comes in, you still have the potential here to sabotage it by repeating a pattern. For some of you, the pattern is moving too quickly on an endeavor, on a project, on a business plan, on a relationship. Chariot to the Nine of Wands to the Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands being the pattern. So moving too fast. For others of you, this is a communication style within you. Please don't get offended. I just hate the messages that come through. Because it's clarifying the Seven of Swords, which is communication, that's air. So for some of you, it's moving too fast on something could sabotage this. So it's a need for you to be more grounded, lean into your earth energy. For others of you, it's a communication style. You sabotage, or you have the potential to sabotage this connection because of the way you speak. Now, I'm not, please don't get mad at me. There could be something here that when you get tense or you get stressed, because Seven of Swords is holding the Five of Swords. So when there's verbal conflict, you might verbalize it in a negative way, right? And that's okay. That's what anger basically is, right? There's something unhealed in us, and that's what's causing us to react that way. Person pees us off, and we have to take it to the next level. So for some of you, it's like healing a communication style, or maybe even healing the way you problem solve. Like conflict resolution. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Spirit. Conflict resolution style. And for others of you, there's something here that you could sabotage by, if this is a new person, blaming them or holding against them what someone did to you in the past. So, for example, I could be speaking to a Virgo where you dealt with someone in the past that was Seven of Swords, lied, cheated, betrayal, etc. Now you've been hoping and manifesting for a new love partner. I'm just going to use that as an example. This new person comes in. They're solid. They're emotionally balanced, right? They want a serious connection. You find them attractive. Knight of Wands. Like, they kind of check off all your boxes. And you're immediately, the minute you see something that reminds you of the ex, instead of communicating it to this person and saying, I need to discuss what you just did or what you just said or whatever, you're just going automatically accuse. There's a difference between having a discussion and accusation, right? Difference between the two. So there's something here for some of you. You might put that past trauma on this new person, like blame them or accuse them of doing things that someone did in the past. So take the messages, how they resonate to you. You don't see this coming, this person, Past person, current person, new person. Claim it how you want, my love. But whether or not that comes in, I mean, I'm not going to say whether or not. This is coming in, okay? It's so clear here in the cards. The energy doesn't lie. You could sabotage this connection by repeating a pattern. Communication style, conflict resolution style, moving too quickly if this is something new. There was another message here that came through, blaming this individual for what you experienced in past relationships. So take all that, how it resonates to you. Your message here is to start working on this wound, start working on this, like, I hate to say healing journey, but yeah, get on the healing journey when it comes to this, because this is everything you've ever wanted. And when it comes in, you very well could sabotage it. So there's some pain here in the Virgo collective, different for all of you. This is a fantastic week for you to acknowledge it and to begin healing it. That's what I have for you, my darling, for the week of May 11th, 2025. Get ready for the Ace of Cups and do what you have to do now to prepare for it. Are you prepared to have a new beginning in love? Are you? If not, it's the week to get prepared. That's what I have for you for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. The Eight of Swords. What situation in your life is holding you back? This is literally on repeat for the Libra collective. Mindset, pattern, situation, environment, connection, holding you back. And some of you are mentally sabotaging a new beginning elsewhere. The only thing holding you back in that respect would be you, my love. I think I said that in one of your readings. I was like, please don't get mad at me. I love you. I'm your sister sign of Gemini. My brother is a Libra, by the way. So yeah, there's definitely something here. It's mindset that is holding you back. Good week for you to acknowledge it and begin to heal this within you. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. Happiness is right around the bend. The only thing holding you back from it is you. You don't think you deserve it. You don't want to leave a comfort zone to move towards it. Different for all of you. Thank you. Just as I said that. What came out of the deck? The Nine of Wands and the Death card. Followed by Six of Pentacles and Eight of Swords to the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. I'm telling you, your new beginning is coming, whether you like it or not. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. Five of Pentacles. Yep, you're going to have to leave something or someone behind. And you know that. And I think that's why you're tormented over it. But I got to be honest with you. I don't think you're tormented over leaving the person, place, or thing. Cross-watchers, please don't get mad at me. This is not a cross-watcher reading. This is a guide to self-help reading. That's what the tarot card of the week here is on my channel. So this is to help Libra through this process. So Libra, I don't really think that you are heartbroken necessarily about leaving behind this person, place, or thing. It's more you're in your mind of what if what I'm leaving behind is the best I'm going to get. It's the best job I'm ever going to get. Why leave a comfort zone, even though they don't pay me well or they treat me like crap? Why move towards a new job? What if the new job fires me 6 months from now? What if they don't? What if you stay there until retirement and, I don't know, you retire and they give you a set of, I don't know, Rolex watches for you and your person? I don't know, just, you know, what if it's good? So there's a new beginning here for you. Fool card to the Ace of Pentacles. It's solid. It's steady. It comes with a goodbye. It comes with you having to abandon something. But the only thing stopping you from moving forward is your head, my love. Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. Very dangerous place, mentally speaking, for an air sign to be. And again, I'm your sister sign of Gemini here. So, and you're playing it on repeat. Nine of Wands is a card of patterns. So it's, what if I end this and I invest towards the beginning? Oh no, what if everything terrible happens? Nine of Wands, let's repeat the pattern. What if I end this? What if I start giving to the new? Oh no, what if this happens? I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm telling you, we all embody all four elements. And there's a need here for you, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands, for you to lean into your fire. If you look at your birth chart, you've got some fire in there. Lean into the fire and be bold and brave. You have Aries energy here in both of these cards. The Fool card is Aries as well. That's ruled by Mars. The only thing stopping you from moving forward is you. I don't even think the person, place, or thing that you're leaving would stop you from leaving. I got to be honest with you. It might be some resistance, but you don't even seem to be so concerned about whomever, whatever you're leaving. Your main issue here seems to be, what if I move towards the new and it's not all that? But what if it is? What if you're missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime? But bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands, because I feel like this is where you're currently at, because I was just going to clarify the 9 of Wands. So where you're at is not a great place. It's burdensome. Like, why do you want to carry 10 wands around for the rest of your life? How comfortable is that? You know, is that really structure or stability? I hate to speak to you this way. I love my Libra collective. I've done readings for several of you, and some of you have transitioned and moved on to the new. Love it. Some of you have not. You're really stuck here. What is this 9 of Wands? It's a repetitive loop pattern here for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. What is the 9 of Wands for you? The High Priestess, the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles. Again, we go right back to the stability. You're failing to listen to your intuition, and you're getting stuck in a loop here because you think whatever you're in is King/Queen of Pentacles. You think it's structured. You think it's stable. It looks good on paper. They pay me really well. I got a fancy job title. I have my own corner office. It's like appearances. Not typically how I read the King of Pentacles, but that's the energy I'm getting here. If you really looked at that King of Pentacles, you'll realize it's no more than a Page of Cups. It's not very structured or solid, and it's not emotionally fulfilling for you either. At bare minimum, you like whatever this is. If this is a job you've been at 10 years, don't you think you should do more than like it? If this is a relationship you've been in for more than 10 years, and it's just an example of timing, don't you think you should love it? Don't you think you should do more than like it? Whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. So you're blocking your intuition here because it's like, well, it looks good on paper, or it sounds good, or it makes me look good. It's emotionally depleting you. That's what you're failing to recognize. Now, part of you knows that because you're a little voice and it's little. You're minimizing your intuition right now for some reason. It's because you're allowing all the negative what ifs in your thoughts to kind of override your intuition. But there is still a quiet voice inside you going, psst, this doesn't feel so good. And if this message is resonating for you, you're sitting there nodding your head. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So you need to, you don't need to do anything. You have divine gift of free will. But your way out is to quiet the mind and tap into your intuition. And the best way for you to do that is quiet meditation. Whether that's just listening to some wind chimes or outside if you're by the water, like my home here backs a creek. I love doing my meditation up here in the morning. It's still, it's quiet. I hear the river roll by. It's beautiful. In the summertime, I do it outside my meditation. There's something here about you needing to be in a peaceful environment to quiet the mind. If you can do that, your intuition will get louder and louder and louder, and it's going to tell you exactly what direction you need to go in. That's what you can work on this week. Or you can just continue to stay stuck in the Eight of Swords, but it's not improving your situation any. It's just, it's almost like you're gaslighting yourself that where you're at is where it's at, and it's not where it's at. Because if it was where it's at, a part of you wouldn't be calling to leave it behind. Six of Pentacles. Three of Cups came out. I really feel happiness is right around the bend for you. Six of Pentacles clarified by Three of Cups, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups. I know, it's scary and you're confused because your new hello comes with a goodbye, and it sucks, especially when we're leaving a person behind. We're moving out of our parents' home. Maybe, I don't know, I could be speaking to a Libra where you're the quote-unquote man of the house or woman of the house. Maybe you've been taking care of your parents. Maybe they're divorced or they're widowed or they're a widower. And now you're going out on your own, you're getting married, and you have this whole new life. And you're like, but I'm leaving mom and dad behind. So this new beginning, if you take the inspired action towards whatever or whomever this is, it does come with you breaking someone's heart or disappointing them in some way. Yeah, I think you're confused. Like, it's almost like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to throw this out there for one Libra. I could have a Libra here who's gone through a divorce. It could have been a death to a long-term commitment, because King, Queen of Pentacles, I usually see as the marrying king and queen of tarot. So you could have already had this divorce, this ending, and now you want to relocate or move. You could be concerned about relocating and moving. How will that affect my children, my family? but you're staying in a place that maybe you can't afford. You know, it looks good type of thing, the home, but maybe financially you're looking at it and going, I really can't afford this. Or I really don't love this place after all, Page of Cups, especially if it was the marital home. You might be like, I don't want to be in this place anymore. I thought I did. I fought for it in the divorce. But now that I'm here, I don't know if I want to continue living where me and my wife or me and my husband lived. So there could be something like that where you want to leave that behind and like move to a new place. And you could be afraid that you're moving far away from family. How are they going to take it? Or how will the kids take it? Because Page could be children. So take the message how it resonates to you. The one thing you all have in common is your new hello comes with a goodbye. And you just don't want to hurt anyone in the process. You're delaying it. It's there. It keeps coming up. It's there. Eight of Swords. How are you conquering this? Or how can Libra conquer this week or begin to conquer this week? One more shuffle. Thank you. How do we get rid of these thoughts that you have? Five of Wands, Five of Swords, Four of Wands. See it for what it is. Bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. That partnership, see it for what it is. Sun illuminates, right? There's definitely something here where you're not seeing this partnership clearly. And if you were to see it clearly, you're going to realize it's really not the Four of Wands. It's Five of Wands and Five of Swords. You disagree. You don't get along with this person. You have very different ideals. You're not in sync with this person at all. You quarrel with them often. You bicker with them often. And every now and then you have very cutting words with this person, whether they're a colleague, a boss, a neighbor, friend, family member, lover. You're, again, painting it in your head as Four of Wands. It's not the Four of Wands. It's the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. You have very little in common, actually, with this person or these people. Another message here for you, if this is home related. I'm going back to that message where you could have been married, divorced, you ended up in a marital home type of thing. You're looking at it like it's the Four of Wands. It's this great house. It's not. Five of Swords and Five of Wands. It's more headache than you can afford, or more headache than you want to deal with. There could be a lot of things breaking down, and now you have to fix them. You could be okay, thank you. I didn't think of that. Five of Wands to Five of Swords could also be you have some bad memories. You thought it'd be great to keep the marital home, but now that you're in there, you're being triggered in it too often. Either too many nostalgic thoughts, and it's preventing you from having a new beginning. Because even though you're free of the connection, you're still trapped in the home where the connection once existed. For others of you, the separation from that person was volatile, cutting words, and you are reliving that being in the home. Remembering, all of the arguments and stuff like that. So take it how it resonates to you. This partnership, or possibly person, place, or thing, is not all that it's cracked up to be. And that's why you're being called to the new here. This week, though, you're really up in your head about moving towards the new. Again, I don't really think that where you're at is all that great. I just think you're playing in your mind this, well, what if where I move to is worse? What if it's not? What if you're not seeing where you're at clearly? Advice here. I want to get advice for Libra. I really like to see you break out of this. Tell me more about this for Libra. Let's get advice here. 3 cards of advice for Libra. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. If you see it clearly, you will move forward. 7 of Cups. We're getting advice here for you. Realize that there are options and choices. 6 of Swords, that you can move away from this. 9 of Cups, right towards your wish fulfillment. Person, place, or thing. Page of Pentacles. In terms of advice, get more information. Not thoughts of the negative what ifs. Get real, tangible information about the new direction you want to move towards. Look at all of your options and choices. Figure out what your wish fulfillment is. If you figure out what your wish fulfillment is in a person, place, or thing, you're going to easily recognize that what you want is the 9 of Cups and where you're at is the Page of Cups. Person, place, or thing. That will enable you to move forward. So, little homework assignment there for the Libra Collective. Figure out what your 9 of Cups is. Write it down. And then do an honest assessment. Is where you're at the 9 of Cups? 99% of you are going to say, no, it's a Page. That'll be all you need. That's going to be the aha breakthrough moment for you of it's not no longer, no matter how long I stay there, it's never going to be the Nine of Cups. Because if it was meant to be the Nine of Cups, it would have been already. I think that's what your intuition has been trying to tell you. So maybe for some of you, you actually need to do that Page of Pentacles kind of homework assignment. Write out what it is that you want and then compare it to where you're currently at. That might give you the breakthrough you need to finally get out of this repetitive mental negative cycle that you're in. That's what I have for you, Libra. A little homework assignment there for the collective. If you like this message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my love, I'm wishing you good luck with this situation. And as always, light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio moon babies. Tonight is the full moon in Scorpio. Let's see what hour. As you know, I'm a card carrying Scorpio moon. Let's see what our tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. The Star. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? Full moon in your sign, our sign. Beautiful time for us to release. All 12 zodiac signs actually could release on the full moon, but it would be especially important for Scorpio to do that this week. The energy of the full moon will be with us for approximately the next 7 days. So figure out the wound, look at it, recognize it, begin to heal it, and let it go. Because whatever that wound is, it is preventing you from getting to your 9 or 10 of cups. Little bit of homework here. And don't get insulted by the message. Tarot card of the week, if you haven't seen my reading before, is all about self-help, self-improvement, something that the source or divine wants us to look at so we can live our best life. So for Scorpio collective this week, something here within us needs to heal. It has prevented us thus far from getting to wherever we want to be, or even just becoming the best version of ourselves. Tell me more about the Star card here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of May 11th, 2025. What is at the bottom of the deck? Two of Cups. It is preventing you from having balanced connections in your life, whether they are professional, platonic, or romantic. Let's see where we go with this message here. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Star card is being clarified by the Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. There's something here we need to heal and officially close the door on and walk away from. Doesn't mean it's a person. This is something within us. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? Once we close out the 8, we move towards the Page. The Page holds a cup. 8 cups plus 1 cup is what? 9 cups plus the cup in the Queen, 10 of Cups. What I say at the onset of the reading, it's been holding us back from getting to our 9 or 10 of Cups. So let's figure out what this is. 5 of Pentacles, feeling in lack, feeling not good enough, feeling abandonment. So, abandonment wounds. Financial wounds, feeling like you're in financial lack. For some of you, you may have tied financial resources to your self-worth. And you might not realize it right now, or maybe you haven't up until this point, but you tying your bank account balance to your value as a human being has prevented healthy connections in your life, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. So take that 5 of Pentacles, how it resonates, how you want to claim it. But this is the wound within the collective that needs to be healed. And again, that'll be different for all of you. Feeling in financial lack, feeling abandoned. There's an abandonment wound. There's a self-worth wound here. I'm only valued as much as the money in my bank or as much as money that I make. 5 of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. That's, look, sabotage. You can't make this up. Look, 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck to the Star card, and our tarot card for the week is the Star card. So we've been sabotaging wish fulfillment here. So again, I already explained the 5 of Pentacles. I don't want to repeat myself. 5 of Wands could be internal conflicts. So again, there's a wound here that maybe we're repeating on pattern, some type of like pattern or habit we have to wound. For others of us, it could be the way we communicate to individuals, because the 5 of Wands could be combative. So maybe it's a communication style here, but whatever that is for you, and it'll be different for all of you. And I'm a Scorpio moon. I can resonate with the financial issue there. Like tying my self-worth to a bank account. That is something I've realized in the last 10 days or so. But that has been preventing us from moving forward. So figure out what that is for you, my love, and let's start to heal it. Because once you walk away, the 9 and 10 of Cups are there. as long as you're not healing this, or you're denying it, or you don't want to look at it, you're going to continue to sabotage your wish fulfillment. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups here. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups here for Scorpio. Yeah, this is real deep, like kind of hermit energy here of almost dark night of the soul, having to go within. And that's not easy to do, but there's a wound. And if you're sitting there going, nope, it's not me, then odds are it is you. You just don't want to recognize it. It's a hard thing to recognize. It's even a harder thing to heal. Five of Cups, again, remorse, regret, feeling not good enough. Tell me about the Eight of Cups here. Victim mentality, the world is against me mentality. The Death card. There's your energy. You can do this week in the full moon of Scorpio. Identify it, begin to heal it, and release it. Tell me more about this here. More about this Eight of Cups. Like, you have the power to do this. No one can do this for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. It's like you've got to look it in the eye. Queen of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. For some of you, this goes back to childhood or a previous connection that you had. There's some type of abandonment wound, trauma wound. For others of you, Four of Wands could be like your parents growing up. So maybe it was a communication style you saw in your parents and you replicate it now when you have a disagreement with an individual or something like that, like the way you verbally act out. Because again, Five of Wands is conflict or the disagreements, bickering. So maybe the way you voice your disagreements or your conflict with a person. For others of you, it has something to do with financial. Queen of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. So again, it's feeling like my worth is tied to my bank account. Again, what it is for you is different for all of you. But if you don't figure this out, I'm not going to say if you don't figure this out soon. That's a silly comment. Sorry. The longer it takes for you to clearly identify it and to do that groundbreaking, soul-searching work to heal it, this star is going to keep evading you. And it's no one else's fault but you, but us. Page of Cups. Tell me about the Page of Cups here. It's like the judgment call that you need to make. Page of Cups here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Like, that's what literally launches you forward into the new. What is this Page of Cups here? Sun, Moon, and Rising. I know someone is going to comment, I don't have to heal anything. Trust me, we're all on a healing journey. And after you heal this, you've healed this wound, but there's other wounds. We all are on a healing journey for the rest of our lives. But there's this in specific, like this specifically is keeping you from wish fulfillment. So if you're a Scorpio who's like, well, nothing ever good happens, or I don't get my love partner, or everything always goes to shit, there's a wound within you that needs to heal. It's a block. You're your biggest block here. Eight of Pentacles. Got to start working on the wound. But I love when people write that. I had one Gemini lady, and in this reading about 6 months ago, she was like, I don't have to heal nothing, blah, blah, blah. If you think you don't have to heal anything, like anything, odds are you got to heal something. That's called denial. Tell me more about the Page of Cups here. One more shuffle. Please, Anne. Thank you. Two of Swords. There's your block. Eight of Pentacles. And the Moon. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Again, figure out what it is because it is your block. If you don't work on this, what you want will always evade you. A money block, a self-worth block, a trauma, conflict resolution, the way you voice being upset, tying your bank account to your self-worth, abandonment wounds. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles. I want to know about the new, because this wouldn't come up in a collective reading if most of you weren't already experiencing this. So if you've had an emotional week or an emotional past couple of days, the divine is really trying to trigger you to look at this. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles here. I want to know about the new here for Scorpio. For the Scorpios who are doing the healing work. What's that Ace of Pentacles? Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. It comes in really fast. solid new beginning or opportunity in something, in whatever it is that you want. Comes in pretty damn fast, pretty damn quick. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Empress, the Eight of Wands, told you, comes in quick. And the Emperor. Your divine counterpart, the business partner of your dreams, the lover you always wanted, your, again, divine counterpart. There's union here at the bottom of the deck, Devil. This has been the toxicity in what it is that you want. So again, I hate to repeat myself, not a broken record. Please, please, please figure out what this is. Stop blaming everyone else. Figure out what it is and start to heal it. Whether you need counseling, whether you need therapy, self-help, journaling, start fixing it. Start addressing it. I had something very traumatic here happen in my house about 10 days ago. That's why I have not been posting readings as regularly as I used to. It's been very difficult for me to deal with what's happening here in my house. And I realized my block. I realized my block in asking for help, right? I realized and I'm going to be honest, because maybe it'll help one of you. I wouldn't be called to share this if it wouldn't help someone watching. I've consistently tied my value as a human being to my bank account. And in the days when my bank account was good, I was feeling good. And in the days recently where my bank account's not looking so good, that starts to reflect on how I view myself. Something in my childhood I had to confront in the last 10 days directly correlates like my self-worth to my bank account. And when the bank account is high, I feel like I'm on top of the world. And when the bank account is low, I feel like I'm a total piece of shit and I'm not worth anything. That also rolled into that is never asking anyone for help. It's just not something I do. I could probably count on one hand since I was 19 till 50 how many times I've asked someone for help. 10 days going through this, experiencing this whole thing, and my person coming to me and helping me recognize this, address this. He was just here again today for like, I don't know, 2 hours. And he's been consistently there for me in the last 10 days, helping me to address it, to look it in the eye, to see it for where it was, to identify where it came from. He's beginning to help me heal it. He's been amazing. He's helping me with the chaos in the house, but he's helping me in a way that'll help me heal this wound. He's not, what do you call it? He's not enabling this. He's helping me to heal it. He's been amazing. So for me, he's my divine counterpart. He's my emperor. So I feel like that has been a huge block to our union. We are on a totally different playing field now after the past 10 days that this has played out for me. So I don't know why I felt called to share that, but whatever it is for you, please start addressing it, because this is going to heal, or this is going to come in, whether this is a known person or not. The toxicity, the devil hasn't been this person. It hasn't been the situation that you're in, that they're in. The block has been you. That was so hard for me to acknowledge in the last 10 days. The block was not him or his circumstances. The block was me. And when I had this horrific thing happen here in my house about 10 days ago, in that moment, I was like, why? I can't deal with this. I can't afford this. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. This is catastrophic here in my home. I was like, I just want to like pack up everything and move out. Like that's literally how bad it was. But that terrible thing that happened triggered me to look at this. Had that not happened, I don't think I would be well on my way to this union with my divine counterpart. This changed the game radically. And he came over today to like triple down on that message. So like from this day on, we're never going to be what we were. And I sat here crying for like 2 hours while he was talking to me. This changed the game for us radically. So I'm not telling you it's going to play out for everyone watching, but business partnership, balance between your divine feminine and divine masculine within you. If this is someone in your life, you're coming together with them even stronger. And if you don't know this person, they're coming into your life. And very quickly, it's solid this time around. You've conquered this demon. The demon was nothing external to us. The devil was within us the whole time. That's a hard thing to admit. But if I can do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, you're going to be well on your way to wish fulfillment like I am. That's what I have for you, Scorpio, for the week of May 11th, 2025. Get to work, my love. It's not easy, but I tell you, it's so goddamn worth it. That's what I have for you. If you like this message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. The Knight of Pentacles. What situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? Got your eye on the prize here, Saggy. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about the Knight of Pentacles? What situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? Bottom of the deck, strength. Strength, courage to move forward. Ace of Cups, new beginning here for you, Sag, in something. But you need to be determined to go after it. Methodically, slowly, carefully. Not like a bull in a china shop. Tell me more about this for Sag. Just saw the Wheel of Fortune. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups, further clarified. King of Wands, there you are, my love. Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, and Queen of Swords. That leaves the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and Eight of Cups here to the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Classic story. This has been playing out in several of the signs here over the past few weeks. Sagittarius needs to leave something behind, someone behind. Could be a mindset, could be a pattern, person, place, or thing. In order for you to really have what it is here that you want. What you have to walk away from is different. What you all want is emotional contentment. And it's here. It's literally like, I feel like right around the bend for you. Ace of Cups, King of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Ten of Cups. I don't know who this person is. I don't read body parts. It could be a masculine for all I know. But I almost want to say your happily ever after is right there. Ace of Cups. Tell me about the Ace of Cups here for Sag. Why is the Ace of Cups here for Sag? You need to take the inspired action, though, to be very strategic how you move towards this. Three of Cups. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups here for Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups clarified by death. Yeah, something in the past has to end. Celestial Weaver, so you can manifest the new, and the Star, so you can move towards wish fulfillment. So the Ace of Cups, different for all of you. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Some of you are really up in your head because you have to leave behind a habit, a pattern, or a person, place, or thing. But your manifestation of what you want, this Ten of Cups, this Star, and make your wish because it's coming in. It's just not where you thought it was, or it's not with who you thought it was. But it is coming in. So if you're hoping and praying that this turns into this, I'm here to tell you it's not. If that means you're going to unsubscribe from my channel, go right ahead. I'm not here to gain subscribers. I'm here to help the collective heal and move towards their best life. You know exactly what your best life looks like and feels like in terms of job, in terms of living situation, in terms of platonic connections, and in terms of a romantic connection. And you damn well know that where you're at is not where it exists. You know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you're not resonating with this message, you could just check another placement. But I think what you're up in your head about is, but I want it to be this. Why can't it be this? It can't be this because it can't be this. Why can't it be this? Let's figure that out. Because that's a stumbling block for some of you. Not for every Sag watching. Because for some of you, you know where it's at, like where you currently are or who you're currently with, you know is not the Ten of Cups. You might be up in your head about having to admit that to yourself fully and totally disengage, walk away from it. But half of the collective already knows that that's not Ten of Cups. Some of you are hoping and praying that it will be. So I want to get an answer for those of you where you're stuck. You're stuck. And you keep wondering why your manifestation isn't coming to, to fruition. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're unable to move forward because you keep waiting for that to become what it's supposed to be. Why isn't that what Sag wants it to be? These cards came out. It's a lot. I'm going to end up putting them back in. But King of Pentacles, the Chariot, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Six of Cups. It was a lesson. I hate to say that to you. It was a lesson in stability. This is probably for one of you watching, so don't get mad. Hang in there. I'm going to go right back to the other message. This is for those of you holding on to whatever this is. You're holding on, or you have been holding on to it up until this point because of financial stability or what it looks like on paper. Because the King and Queen of Pentacles here could be the marrying king and Queen of Tarot. So you've held on to it because it would look good on paper, or that's, I don't know how to say this. I could be speaking to a Sag where you don't want to let go of this marriage because it looks good. You've built a lot with this person. You've invested a lot of years. You have the nice home, the nice this, the nice that. It looks good to people. But inside, you're dying emotionally. Three of Swords, Five of Cups. It's emotionally depleting you. It's breaking your heart. But you continue to stay in it and you keep hoping that Three of Swords, Five of Cups is going to turn into the Ten of Cups. It's not. There was something here, and the lesson here is for you to move on from this karmic connection. I hate to say that to you. Again, if I lost a subscriber or two, I'm sorry. But you're holding on to something, hoping Five of Cups becomes Ten of Cups. That's not it. You were trading emotional security for financial security. That was the lesson. The lesson is you can't do that. You can't sell your heart for a check for what something looks like. God, I hope this is making sense for someone watching. You can't stay in a connection that's emotionally depleting because you live in a big house. I think your lesson here was that love rules. As corny as that sounds. You need to follow your heart. This wasn't where your heart was. And there's something here tied up with self-worth as well. Like, you could be the Queen of Pentacles on paper, but if you really were the Queen of Pentacles in that energy, you would know that you deserve a King of Pentacles. I don't think you have a King of Pentacles here. I think your King or Queen of Pentacles, take it how it resonates to you. Again, looks good on paper. Who's this person actually? One more shuffle. Thank you. Who's this person actually? A King of Wands. Big difference, my friend. Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. This is someone who has options, doesn't want to settle down. This is a job that is not consistent. This is the job that offers you the pay raise and never gives it to you. This is the living situation where the landlord's like, oh yeah, I'm going to fix that next week. They never get to it. This is the lover that you're building with, and it looks great on paper, but they have options and choices, and they're very non-committal. There's some lying, cheating, betrayal here as well. But your lesson here was self-worth, because if you truly were in the energy of the King or Queen of Pentacles, you would have recognized that King of Wands already. So that's why you need to leave that, because the King of Wands with the Three of Swords, Five of Cups is never going to become what you truly want, which is Ten of Cups. Small message there for those of you who were still holding on and refusing to Eight of Cups. Walk away because you're like, well, why can't it be that? It wasn't meant to be that. There was a lesson here in self-worth. And there was also a lesson here about you putting your heart above financial matters. Again, I don't think that's for every Sag. I know several Sages that typically is not for Sag. So I feel like it's more like another placement. You know what I mean? I don't think it's for a Sag sun. It could be someone who has Sag in their moon or rising. Just take that only if it resonates to you. So for those of you where you have acknowledged that that is not your Ten of Cups, or you're slowly coming to that realization, breaking away from that individual or that person, place, or thing is what's going to get you to where you want to go. Tell me about the Queen of Cups here. Tell me about the Queen of Cups here. Yeah, what situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? Slowly exiting that marriage or long-term commitment. And when the new comes in, don't rush head first either into it. It's like, take your time. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles is waiting for you. Take your time exiting whatever this is and healing from it. The moon. Yeah. I think a lot of you are going to release whatever this is. Now, you're either releasing the person or place or thing in the energy of the full moon, which is going to be with us for about a week. This full moon in Scorpio, which is happening tonight on May 12th. Or for others of you, you've already released it, but there could be some bitterness or resentment you're holding on to. And in that respect, it's a block to where you want to be or who you want to be with or the type of life you want to have. So energy of the full moon would be great for you to just, even if you've left that whatever person, place, thing behind, but you're holding on to the bitterness and resentment, full moon, great time for you to release that bitterness and resentment, okay? Tell me about the Queen of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Cups is representing the new, the sun, the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Yeah. So the new, whatever the new is, 4 of Wands here. The new here for you is, and I hate to say this to you, at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. But I think you know that where you're at is not best for you. Where you're at is heartbreaking. What you're moving towards, if you were to move away from that or disengage from the bitterness and the resentment, I think it's very healing for your heart. The sun is a card of healing, it's warmth, it's vitality. I feel like actually moving on from this person, place, or thing heals your broken heart. At the same time, it allows you to open your heart. And when you open your heart in that Queen of Cups energy, then 6 of Pentacles, you are able to give and receive love equally. That's what will bring in the 10 of Cups. So, and that's why it's telling you to go slow, because healing your heart chakra takes time. Healing a wound from this breakup or this separation is going to take time. So take this time to do that, to break away and to heal your heart. 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles is on the docket for you. You're not going to miss it in this lifetime. Some of you are going to find it in a week. Some of you are going to find it in 3 months. Some of you are going to find it, I don't know, January of 2026. However long it takes you to heal, take the time to heal. Your message here this week is that what you want is not where you're currently at, but it is on path for you. So take all the time you need to disengage from where you're at and leave it behind and heal from it, because what is coming towards you is everything you've ever wanted. That's your message. What situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? The sun, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. Be determined to get there and do everything you have to do along the way to get there. Leave this behind, heal the bitterness, start healing the heartache, heal that wound within you. This isn't going anywhere, my love. That's what I have for the Sagittarius Collective. I love this. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like all your dreams are about to come true. And I don't mean, this week or next week. They're now on path for you. For those of you who are leaving that behind and healing from it, it's now on path for you. No need to rush the healing process. That's what I have for you, Saggy, for the week of May 11th, 2025. Have some patience with yourself as you begin to heal from disembarking or disengaging from whomever or whatever this is. That's what I have for you. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. I have the window open. I'm sorry if you're hearing that beeping. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. We have the Lovers. What are you prepared to learn from this love connection? Excuse me. Whether it's platonic, professional, romantic, there's a connection currently in your life, Capricorn, or maybe several of them. You need to learn something from this connection. The tarot card of the week is a self-learning tool, basically, that I use here on the channel. If you want to know what's coming towards you this week, you can watch the What You Don't See Coming reading. But the tarot card of the week is more like to do some introspection, self-reflection, so we can grow and move towards our best life. So the Lover's card, there's a current connection here in your life. You need to see it from a different perspective so you can learn the lesson so you don't repeat it, is basically the feeling here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. And so you can open up your heart again, whether it's to that person or to other people in your life or new people you're meeting in the future. Tell me more about the Lovers here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Four of Swords. Yeah, something here you've got to heal, my love. Then you have the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I love this. Have you seen my readings before? You know, I always say the High Priestess and the Hermit are the 5D spiritual partnership, the divine counterparts, feminine and masculine here. So in terms of love, you're either currently with your divine counterpart or you will be with your divine counterpart. But there's something here that you need to learn Queen of Swords. You need to see from the past. Okay. I thought it was a new connection. I'm sorry. I thought it was a current connection in your life. Mistaken. The Queen is looking into the past. The Knight of Cups is looking into the past. There's a past. There's two things at play here, Capricorn. Some of you have to look at this connection that you're currently in. Something transpired in the past where there was a break. There was a Three of Swords moment in this connection, because I have Four of Swords here, and what precedes the Four of Swords is Three of Swords. So for some of you, you already have this person in your life, but something transpired in the past that broke your heart. You need to learn something in that lesson. You got to revisit that, not relive it, not replay it, but revisit it. You need to learn that so you don't repeat that when this person comes back around again, or they're still in your life. Your connection is about to go to a higher level of commitment. But you got to look back at what happened there in that Three of Swords moment. There's something you've got to learn from it, or you're about to repeat it. For others of you, you have this person in your life. That Three of Swords moment did not happen with them. It happened in another connection before them. There's a need to look in the past and learn from what happened in that connection that caused that ending, because you have the potential here to repeat it. So if you don't learn that past lesson, then you're going to repeat it. For others of you, Cappies, you're single. You have a divine counterpart on path for you, but you could very well sabotage this connection if you're not recognizing something that happened in the past with a past connection. So take it how it resonates to you. Current person, you had a break in the past. There's something there. It's different for all of you. You got to look at why that happened so you don't repeat it. Because you're coming back together. There's a reconciliation here happening. For others of you, this person's already in your life. Things are going well. You're about to go to a higher level of commitment, but you need to look at a past relationship that ended, like maybe at a divorce or something like that. It's kind of like you got to look at why that ended, so you don't repeat that mistake here. For others of you where you're single, you have a new person on path. They're a divine counterpart, but you can easily sabotage it if you don't learn this lesson. It's going to be different for all of you. Something here with ego. Okay. Tell me about the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. What is this? They're both looking into the past, so I'm going to clarify them together. What did Capricorn have to learn from the Three of Swords? Yeah. Regardless of which timeline, because I'm talking to like 3 different timelines here. 3 different groups of you. So, majority, what did they have to learn from that past Three of Swords? What did they have to learn from the past Three of Swords? Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. The World. How that connection ended. Again, whether it ended and you're reconciling, or you're with this person and the ending happened with someone else, or you're single and you have a new person, but you got to look at the ending of that past connection. The World, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Again, so for some of you, Seven of Swords. Remember I said sabotage? Yeah. So this connection, either coming together or strengthening or new person on path, you have the potential here to sabotage it. The lesson for some of you, only take it how it resonates. For some of you, you started a connection without ending a past one. Meaning you were a participant in a third-party connection. You dated 2 people, or you were the mistress or the side piece, or I hate using side piece. It sounds like you're mashed potatoes or macaroni salad, which I love both of them, by the way. But I'm just trying to inject some humor into this because this is a heavy reading. As usual, it's been like this for the Capricorn Collective on my channel for a little bit. You've had some heavy readings. So for some of you, you partook, is that a word? Partook in some way in a third-party situation, whether you initiated it or it was happening to you, but you were kind of blind to it. You didn't want to see it. Or for others of you, like I said, you were the secondary person, the other partner. You need to look at that, why you did that, why you got involved in that, why you tolerated that. There's something like that so you don't repeat. There's something about not carrying the pain from that into this. So let me break it down for you. I could be speaking to a Capricorn where this was a third party at some point, okay? Let's say, God forbid, I don't know, your person cheated on you, okay? So hang in there with me with this message. Your person cheated on you. It was a Three of Swords moment. You broke up. Now you're coming back together again. There's a need to go back, and the two of you can't just ignore that that happens, because it could happen again. Or if it, and I'm not saying you or your person will cheat again, what can come up again is that pain because it hasn't been healed. It's just, we're going to forget about it and we're going to go on and be happy. Not so much. There's, again, a need to go back to why did it happen? How did they contribute to it? How did you contribute to it? Because I'm not blaming you for the third, for your person cheating on you, if that's the case. But how did you contribute to the breakdown of the relationship? Because you had to play some part. It takes two people to make it and two people to break it. So before they or you went out and had the extramarital affair, and I'm just using this as an example, there was a breakdown in the relationship. There's a need for you to recognize your role in that breakdown, so you're not repeating it when the two of you come back together again. It's a message for one Capricorn watching. For others of you, there's something here where you were the secondary person. You're now coming together with this person. Maybe they left behind their, lovers could indicate a choice. So maybe they're leaving behind that other connection and they're coming towards you. The two of you need to have a very honest Queen of Swords conversation, non-emotional, about why did you become the secondary, or how did you become the secondary? It's almost like your person, and if it's you, right, because maybe you're leaving your spouse, let's say, to move towards this new person, there's something here where you need to whoever did the cheating, I'm just going to say it that way, whoever did the cheating needs to come clean to the, this is getting so confusing now. I'm so sorry. Whoever did the cheating, whoever's leaving their spouse to move towards their person, okay? There's something here about having an open conversation about, well, why did you have the affair? What broke down in your marriage? What were the warning signs? If you did it, you got to be honest about that to your person. If they did it, they got to be honest to you. The two of you have to discuss how this became a third party at some point in the past. There's going to be a super specific message, so if it's not your reading, check another placement. I'm sorry. This is specifically for Capricorns, a specific love reading for Capricorns. So if you were a party to the third party in some way, the two of you have to discuss what broke down the connection that made that even an option. Because that problem, if you or your person did not heal it, could resurrect in your connection in the future. And one of you could very well step out on it. Because again, it's like, okay, we're together again. You left your wife or I've left my husband, whatever the case is. And now we're going to live happily ever after. Not so fast. Why did that marriage break down? That they became a secondary partner or you became the secondary partner. It's got, you got to look at that. You got to do some work here. World to the 8 of Pentacles to the 3 of Cups. Why did it become a third party in the first place? For those of you where there's no third party thing here going on, there's a need here for you, whether, again, you're reconciling or you're in the connection or you're single, wanting a new person. There's something here about looking into the past relationship to see why wasn't it the 10 of Cups? What was your contribution to it not becoming the 10 of Cups? Did it end because one of you partied too much or celebrated with friends and left the other one home alone or left the other one feeling abandoned or neglected? Was there any kind of alcoholism or drug abuse that contributed to the breakdown of that past connection? Did someone prioritize work or money over their partner and again neglected them? There's a need here to go back and figure out why your connection and their connection in the past ended, third party or not. That's the long and short of the message here. And if it's your connection because you're reconciling, why did you break down to begin with? Because you're going to be doomed to repeat it here. So Capricorn Collective has this beautiful new beginning in love, reconciliation, strengthening a current bond, or a new love partner coming in. And you guys are divine counterparts, okay? I specifically have tapped into a Capricorn Collective where you're being matched up here with your divine counterpart. But if you don't look at what happened in the past, either or connection or third party, or why did their marriage end, why did your marriage end, whatever, you're going to sabotage this coming together. 7 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and 3 of Wands. Slowly but surely, the sabotage, that pattern's going to repeat, and someone's going to go out on their own. 3 of Wands, whether they're going to step out, whether they're going to cheat, whether they're going to leave the connection. There's some, and it'll happen very slowly. It'll be a slow bleed, and that Knight of Pentacles energy, like, and then it's like you'll never see it coming. 7 of Wands, you'll never see it coming. So learn that, figure that out, have that honest conversation with your person. If it helps you any, I was in a similar situation where my person, had to leave their, I didn't say had to leave their spouse, but we're in the midst of leaving their spouse when our friendship became more than friendship. And we had to have that conversation about why his marriage came to an end and why my marriage came to an end. How did we contribute? How did we feel? Where did we see that our partners went wrong? And it was a lengthy conversation. It's not going to happen in one shot. And don't force it all at one time. This is meant to be over a couple of days or a couple of weeks. For us, it was probably a couple of weeks on and off conversation. Very real, non-emotional, looking at it so we can understand why we both decided to walk away from our respective marriages, albeit at different times, but why did they break down and what did we learn from that? And also connections even before our marriages. We ended up talking about like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. And what we realized in communicating was there kind of was a pattern that I don't think either of us realized until we started sharing our stories. And that's what I mean by have that conversation, because now we know what to look for. Our connection is just not going to end the way those past connections did. I don't think it'll ever end. But there's something here about having that open and honest conversation, because if you just wallpaper over the cockroaches, the wallpaper's not going to stick for very long. Okay, that's what I have for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of May 11th, 2025. Little homework assignment here for you and your person. If you're partnered, there's a need here to look back at those connections that ended and talk to one another. Or if you're single, figure it out on your own. Why did that relationship really did end? Or a string of them, like what did they have in common? And what were my contributions to them? Because when this connection reconciles or the new love partner comes in or the current one strengthens, you're going to thank yourself a year from now that you had this conversation. Trust me on this. That's what I have for you for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. The Five of Cups. What painful situation in your life are you focused on, and what positive aspects are you not seeing? So there's a connection in your life, professional, platonic, or romantic, that at some point left you feeling Five of Cups, feeling distraught, feeling sad. Whether you are reconciling with this person, moving on from them, whether this is a loss you had 5 years ago or 5 minutes ago. The lesson, I don't want to say the lesson, the homework assignment here for the Aquarius collective is what positive aspects are you not seeing? Whether that's a positive aspect in that relationship ending or in your reconciliation. Meaning what painful, let's say it's a relationship here, right? What painful situation in your life are you focused on, and what positive aspects are you not seeing? So, okay, the relationship ended. Why did the relationship end? Are you seeing the relationship for what it truly was? Are you truly grieving the loss of the connection, or are you grieving what you wanted it to be? Because there's a big difference. Bottom of the deck here, we have the moon. Something you're not seeing clearly. And this isn't going to resonate for all of you. I'm specifically talking to a group of you where you're focused on the loss. Very much so this week for some reason. Tell me more about the Five of Cups here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Five of Cups, clarified by Judgment. Seven of Pentacles. Strength. Two cards came out here. Death and Rebirth and the Star. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I don't know why your cards are sticking tonight. Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Page of Wands, Queen of Swords. So I'm going to clarify some of these for you. But the overall feeling that I get here is this connection that has come to an end. For some of you, you have a chance to rebirth this connection. For some of you, it has totally come to an end and you don't even want it back and you're trying to heal from that. And it could be professional, platonic, or romantic. But for others of you, you have an opportunity here to rebirth this connection. You might not be seeing it right now. You might not be seeing it because you're so focused on the loss and you're not seeing your way out through the loss. And you think like, I'm never going to reconcile with this person. But the opportunity is presenting itself this week in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, which is happening tonight on the 12th. So in the course of the next 7 days, most of you have the opportunity to rebirth this connection. If you don't want reconciliation, it's just not your reading. Or hang on tight. Maybe I get a secondary message, but right now I want to focus on the first. So I'm going to focus on those of you where you had a hard ending or a separation or a disconnection with a person in your life, platonic or romantic, and you have the opportunity in the next 7 days to reconcile with this person. You have an opportunity here to plant a new seed here with them. Judgment could very well be resurrection energy here as well. So tell me more about the Judgment card here, and then I'll do a reading for those of you where you're like, hell no, I don't want the past person. But for those of you who do want reconciliation, you have the ability here to overcome this. Tell me about Judgment here in terms of reconciliation. One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. King of Cups wanted to show itself very quickly. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. King of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. For those of you that want reconciliation, all is not lost. All is not lost. What you're not seeing in this relationship is you have the opportunity to do this relationship differently. To come back together with this person means you need to, you have the divine gift of free will. You don't have to do anything. But if you really want to make a go of it this time, there's a need here for you to almost kill off the former relationship that you had with this person, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. The way you did that connection, you can't do it again. If you do it again, you're going to have the same result. So some of you that you're looking for reconciliation, the positive aspect that you're not seeing is a chance to truly rebirth this connection. That doesn't mean do it how we did it in the past. That means starting from scratch, learning the lessons. They learn it, you learn it, and you're starting off on this new footing. We go from King of Cups all in to Knight of Cups, which is it's a step down because we're starting from scratch. So take that how it resonates to you. Is there something here about leaving the conflict behind, learning from the conflict, but leaving it behind? Really doing this relationship here from scratch. Healing these wounds, these old wounds, and saying from this day forward, I'm showing up as a different Aquarius, and you're showing up as a different blank, whatever they are. So that's your opportunity here. Tell me about the Star card. Tell me about the Star card. Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Tower. You can completely, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. I'm telling you, bringing it down and starting it from scratch. For those of you that want reconciliation, it's here. But I have to be honest with you. If you don't do the work and your partner doesn't do the work, you're going to repeat the same situation. And I don't know. I think this is almost like a little forewarning. If you don't do the work, you're going to come together very quickly. Eight of Wands, we're back together, right? Death card, resurrection, Judgment, resurrection, Star, oh, you're my wish fulfillment. Eight of Wands, we're moving quick. Six of Pentacles, I'm giving to you, you're giving to me. Crash and burn. Five of Pentacles, someone's abandoning a connection and walking away. If you repeat that same cycle from the past. But if you both work independently and as part of a unit together, you can radically change this relationship, whomever this person is to you. Because the Tower is, we need to break it down to the foundation and build it back up. We're bringing it down to Page and Knight level and starting it all over again from scratch. Literally like you're meeting the person for the first time. Again, learning from those past Five of Wands disagreements and heartaches and whatever caused the separation to begin with, or the kink in the connection, whatever, to begin with. But if you go back to just doing it what it was, doing it how it was, and how you did it, it's going to crash and burn very quickly for most of you by the end of the month. Like within 2 weeks, you're right back to feeling the Five of Cups. It's going to come in that quick. Gemini season, which would be end of May and the first 3 weeks of June. It comes to a rapid end. So you get maybe 2 to 4 weeks of it feeling great, and we're on cloud 9, and it's going to come to an end again. So you can mourn and grieve the loss of that relationship, and know that you have an opportunity in the next 7 days to have this relationship in your life again, but to have it entirely different, almost like being in a new connection. So that's the message for those of you where this is reconciliation. You can really break this down, like truly down to the foundation, and rebuild this stronger, bigger, better than you ever had before. Now, for those of you where you don't want reconciliation, what is the message for those who don't want reconciliation? Tell me what the Judgment card here is for them. For those who do not want reconciliation. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups. This is going to sound terrible, but you're crying over the Three of Cups because that relationship didn't work out, and you're grieving the loss of it. And what you may be failing to recognize right now is you have more options and choices when it comes to Two of Cups partnerships. Again, whether professional, platonic, or romantic. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Page of Cups. There are new connections once you heal your heart. Bottom of the deck, Three Pentacles. New connections for you to work on. New connections for you to build. There's new love out there, or new partnerships out there for you. For those of you where you're like, I'm terribly heartbroken, I never want this person back again. That's fine. You can grieve the loss of the Three of Cups that are spilt over in the Five of Cups. Just keep in mind, keep the perspective that 2 cups out of the 5 are still standing. And 2 cups in tarot are soulmate connections. So just be mindful that, yes, you can grieve the loss of this connection, but don't lose sight of the fact that when you get through this grieving process, you do have other connections that you'll be meeting in your life. Individuals that really will want to work with you in a connection for the long run. Knight of Pentacles, and again we see the Eight of Pentacles. So an individual that's in it for the long run and willing to collaborate with you to build a strong partnership. And for some of you, this is many people coming into your life, professional, platonic, and romantic. So take all those messages, how they resonate to you. If you're looking for reconciliation, next 7 days you have a chance to do it. But both of you have to be willing to do this relationship in an entirely different way. Otherwise, by the end of Gemini season, I just don't think you're going to make it past that without another terrible tower moment. You can create the tower yourselves this week, have an honest conversation about why it ended and how the two of you need to show up differently moving forward. And if you do that, you have a very successful connection here. And for those of you where you don't want the past person, you're still grieving the loss of them, though, in some way, just keep the perspective that while this is breaking your heart, there are new and other connections on your path. Don't lose sight of that, okay? That's what I have for you, Aquarius, for the week of May 11, 2025. Little homework assignment for you when it comes to matters of the heart. If you like this message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's see what your tarot card is for the week of May 11th, 2025. You have the Seven of Wands. What area of your life needs boundaries and protection? Okay, tell me more about this for Pisces. Now, Pisces, this is not what you see coming for the week ahead. If you want to know what's coming in the week ahead, you can see my reading, What You Don't See Coming. The tarot card of the week, for those of you who have not been here before, is geared more towards self-improvement, so we could become like a better version of ourselves. So tell me why the Seven of Wands here is for Pisces. This is something you should, if you want, work on this week. Something about boundaries and protecting yourself. The Fool jumped out. Okay, maybe a different way. I see Seven of Cups. A different way in how you do connections, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. There's a need here for you to learn boundaries, to protect yourself, protect your space, protect your energy. Tell me more. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah. 10 of Swords. Don't want to feel that ever again. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the new. After something disappointing, heartbreak, betrayal, something like that. Yep, the new. Ace of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and King of Swords here. That leaves the Star, Page of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I keep saying the two Pisces timelines here on my channel are converging, and every reading that I do for you seems to bring that seems to make that clearer to me as we're getting closer and closer to the end of the month and into Gemini season. So for some of you, you have a new beginning, whether you're currently experiencing it or you're on the precipice of having it. The new beginning is coming at the expense of a hard ending. Some of you, most of you, already experienced a hard ending. For others of you, you're about to experience a hard ending. Either way, whether you're on the new timeline or you're a little bit of a straggler, and I love you either way, the reason why that connection or connections, or I'll just say person, place, or thing didn't work out in your life is because you didn't have boundaries. You didn't protect your space. You didn't protect your energy. You overgave. You allowed yourself to be taken advantage of. You wore a blindfold. You wanted to see the best in someone. There was something like that here. And for some of you, it could have been a pattern, because 10 of Swords sometimes could be a pattern, right? The person's been stabbed 10 times, right? Figuratively speaking, of course. So for some of you, it was a pattern in that past connection or a pattern in a series of connections. But as you move towards the new, your lesson here seems to be, and again, you don't have to do the homework, quote unquote, the homework if you don't want, but that is going to happen again in a future connection. I hate to say that to you, if you don't learn healthy boundaries. Like, you need to learn from that ending in the past, or if you're in the middle of the ending happening, your lesson for why that person, place, or thing is no longer in your life for most of you was boundaries. Tell me more about the 10 of Swords here. Again, I don't think you're experiencing it this week. I think most of you already experienced it. And for others of you, you're going to experience it in the near future. From a deck, 4 of Wands. Some of you allowed someone's title, like 4 of Wands could be, they're my mom, they're my dad. They can treat me how they want. It's okay if they don't respect my boundaries. It's okay if they don't respect me. It's okay if they walk all over me. You allowed people, because of their association with you, or a bloodline connection, or that's my spouse, or I live with that person. It could be a roommate for all I know. But whoever caused the 10 of Swords to you, you almost excused it or allowed it because of the station or the position they had in your life. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And it's important as you're having this new beginning and planting these new seeds that you see that very clearly. That yes, that person was wrong for taking advantage of you or your kindness, absolutely. But you were almost an accomplice. See, that Page of Pentacles would be you learning that you are a bit of an accomplice to that person or those people doing it to you. Not blaming the victim at all, but you either didn't want to see it at first or you ignored it. You know, you ignored the red flags. You wanted to, again, hope and wish that that person was going to turn it around or not do it again, right? Because their mom, their dad, their husband, their wife, you know what I mean? Something like that. So again, I'm not blaming you for what this person did to you, but there's a need here for you to see how you participated in that. And by participating, you excused it or you allowed it. Yep, 3 of Swords, that heartbreak that you encountered, death, the ending, and the 3 of Pentacles. Again, we see 4 of Wands. So again, family members, spouses, friends, people you welcomed into your home. That 10 of Swords is different for all of you. Could be one big monumental connection. For others of you, could be like a string of connections in your life. But there's a need here for you to look back and say, yeah, that person was terrible for what they did. They lied, they cheated, they betrayed me. Again, whatever it was that broke your heart. But there's something here saying, I played a little role, 3 of Pentacles, in allowing them to do that. I forgave them when I shouldn't have. I ignored the red flags. I didn't listen to my intuition. Like, what that reason is for all of you. But there's something here that you need to learn from it. Because if not, as this new beginning is happening for you and you're meeting new people or new lovers in the future or whatever it is, if you don't learn that lesson, the new is going to become a repeat of the past. Okay, so whether that's ended for you a long time ago, my love, or you're currently in the process of it ending. Yeah, what that person did or those people did to you, was it terrible? Absolutely. Did you deserve it? No. Were you a little complicit in it? Yeah. Moving forward, Ace of Wands, because I do think most of you have been working on this. I've seen your comments. I've interacted with many of you. So this is kind of a message for those of you that you haven't recognized it or you haven't wanted to look at it. This is a good week for you to look at it. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. I want to know about the new here. Being more careful about planting your seeds of intention, so to speak, with new connections in your life. Yeah, Hermit. Gonna have to do a little soul searching on here. And look, anytime a connection comes to an end, regardless of who that person is in your life, I know I did it when my marriage ended. I had to look at it and say, was he the best husband ever, ever, ever? No. If he was, I wouldn't have left him, right? But I also had to look at it and say, was I the best wife? No, I wasn't. I had to look at how I was complicit in the breakdown of that marriage and the breakdown of our relationship. Because in the beginning, it wasn't. It was great. In the beginning, we didn't have a breakdown. So I had to look at what happened over the years. How did he change? How did I change? How did we both begin to contribute less and less and less? And it caused a deterioration. And at the end, heartbreak and betrayal and all that stuff in the relationship. What were my contributions to that? So there's a need here for you to do that, my love. So again, as you begin the new, you don't repeat that mistake, or you don't ignore that red flag again, or you don't excuse that type of behavior ever again. The new Nine of Pentacles, being independent, being autonomous, feeling so good about yourself and having self-confidence and self-worth that you'll never allow someone to do that to you again. But that only happens when you know your self-worth. Knight of Pentacles, this is something that it's not an overnight thing you're going to learn. This is going to be a journey throughout your life. You're going to have to continually maintain your self-worth and your self-confidence, and know that it is autonomous to you. No one can take that away from you, nor should you ever let anyone take that away from you again or erode it. Five of Pentacles, in any kind of way. I can't believe how the cards came out. Eight of Cups, yeah. For you to move towards the Nine of Cups, because it's now on your path, or for those of you closing this out, it's on your path. But there's something here that you need to look at. Very small, Three of Pentacles. How was I complicit in that person or those people doing that to me? And for most of you, at the end of the day, the lesson here was boundaries. So moving forward, again, having healthy boundaries in a relationship will ensure that for most of you, that won't happen again. Will you have other obstacles in your connections in your life? Of course. Will you ever repeat that one again? No, not if you learned a lesson. And the lesson here for you was healthy boundaries. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Short and sweet. Big homework assignment, though. It took me about a year to work through that, quite honestly. So, and for others of you, it might be, less time. But the homework assignment from the divine here is to look at that failed connection or connection that's currently failing in your life, and figure out how you contributed to it in some way, so you don't repeat that mistake. That's what I have for you for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Tarot card of the week for all of us is the King of Cups. What situation in your life requires balanced emotions and careful observation? Tell me more about the King of Cups here for the collective, all signs, all placements for the week of May 11th, 2025. What do they need to know about the King of Cups? Bottom of the deck for the collective, Queen of Cups. Tell me more about this here for the collective. What situation in your life requires balanced emotions and careful observation? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. This is being clarified by the Ace of Cups. King of Cups shows themselves again. Six of Cups, collective, the moon. We have a full moon in Scorpio tonight on May 12th as I'm recording this. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. This is all new energy. Some of you are reconciling with a past person. Some of you have a new soulmate here on path. You can claim it however you want. It's a collective general reading. What situation in your life requires balanced emotions and careful observation? if you're reconciling, the message here is pretty cut and dry. Be emotionally balanced as you re-enter this connection. There's a need here, Ace of Swords, have an honest conversation with this person about why the breakdown happened in the connection to begin with, so you can move forward kind of on new footing here. Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands, and move forward into the future, and carefully observing this person as well as yourself, to make sure that you're showing up as a new version, a better version of yourself. And is your person also showing up as a new or better version of themselves? I kind of feel like the past mistake here could very well repeat if the two of you don't have this honest conversation and move forward together, like new footing type of energy. For others of you, this is a new person. Six of Cups, they're a soulmate, soul bond connection. I don't think right now you even realize that you're meeting this person. For some of you, like within the energy of this full moon in Scorpio, so either you recently met them last 7 to 10 days, or you're meeting them in the next 7 to 10 days. But either way, there's a need here for you to go slow, look for the red flags, have open and honest communication as you begin to know and learn one another. I want to just clarify that Six of Cups for some of you. Yeah, and emotionally balanced in this deck is exactly, that's ironic that that's the wording that they use there. Because in this deck, there are actually two kings of Aries suits. And this King of Cups is both masculine and feminine. So again, being very emotionally balanced here, whether you're reconnecting with this person or it's a new person. And kind of like don't rush in too quickly, right? Because the King of Cups is the second slowest king in tarot, the King of Pentacles being the slowest. So there's something here about slow and steady progress and observing one another and learning about one another. Whether you're rebuilding the relationship, it's almost like you're starting, you got to start it from scratch. Otherwise, you're going to be doomed to repeat that same, mistake from the past that caused a breakup. And if this is new, same thing, take it slow. We have no wands here except for that Page of Wands. So there is some fire, there's a spark, but there's a need here, like don't let it get out of control type of thing here. Slow and steady wins the race. Tell me more about the Six of Cups here for the collective. Who is that Six of Cups? Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. For some of you, it is a person from the past. Now, it could be professional, platonic, romantic. But if it's not a person from the past, you could very easily repeat a past mistake, because Nine of Wands is a card of patterns. So whether it's a new person or a past person, you could repeat the same mistake here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Who's this Page of Cups? Eight of Wands, coming in fast. Look at that. You got the Devil and the World. It's exactly what I was saying. Empress here at the bottom of the deck. Empress, Death, Emperor. Oh my God, you cannot make that up. Who's reading also got the Emperor and the Empress? Scorpio? I think it was Scorpio. If you have Scorpio placements, you might want to check that out. But this is a collective reading, so this applies. Some of you are coming back together again with your divine counterpart. For others of you, you're well on your way to meeting your divine counterpart. Okay, Emperor to the Empress here. There's a need here for you to not repeat an old toxic cycle. You need to learn. I mean, you have divine gift free will. You don't have to do anything. But if you don't learn, you're going to be doomed to repeat it, whether it's a past person or a new person. If you can identify that devil in whatever that is, however that showed up in your past relationship, or in the relationship with this person in the past, you've learned the lesson. You may not want to see the lesson, but for those of you who are willing to do the work this week to see the lesson, see the wounds, heal that, work with your partner to heal that, yeah, you have a beautiful soulmate and soul bond connection. Whether, like I said, it's a new person or it's the past person and you're reconciling. I did not see that coming. We have Archangel Michael here bringing the two of you together. But again, this is only going to work now, collective, if you identify what the toxicity was in a relationship or in a past relationship. And if you don't do that and you're just blaming the person or blaming the situation and you're not looking within, whether you're coming back together again or you're meeting a new person, it's going to crash and burn. as quick as it starts or restarts. So there's definitely such a strong message here to go within and figure out what was wrong in the connection. Otherwise, if you don't learn the lesson, you're doomed to repeat it. If you learn the lesson, you have a very beautiful partnership here headed your way. So for those of you who have been doing the work, congratulations. I did not see that reading coming. That's what I have for you for the week of May 11th, 2025. If you like these messages, any of them resonated for you, or maybe you just want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for all of you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.